So let me start by asking Clara, how did Raise come about? What was the reason for its founding?
I just want to make one comment, because we have seen very inspiring people, but I just want to make a point. It is that Alexandre, Jean-Philippe, Marine, Willem or Bertrand, they are not extraordinary people. They are ordinary people who has put their courage and what they believe in before what they know. And I'm saying that because everyone in this room is able to do what they have done. They were young, they have started as ordinary people, and now they are seen as icon, like role model, who they are, and they are truly role model. But the reality is that we all are ordinary people. Some people choose to have an extraordinary life. And that comes to Raise, because Gonzague and me, when we met, we had a lunch together, and there was a news in the newspaper, in the front page, saying that the young generation has to leave the country because there were no future in France. And we were looking at each other. We have been successful in France. We had
ordinary people?
We are ordinary people, and we thought if we have been happy to have a good career and a good personal life, and we thought if we don't do something, who will do? Because we had the luck to be successful. So how can we give back, not only by money, but just to we have the responsibility. As soon as you are in this room, you have the responsibility to give back to the society. So the way we decided to do it is that Gonzague, being in the private equity for a long time, is to build an investment company. And the very simple principle of our company is that we are giving, the team, not our investors, we are giving 50% of the famous carried interest to a foundation.
Not 1%, but 50%.
Yeah. So the game changer we have is that this 50% is having us the possibility to hire the best people, to make the best investment, to grow very fast, and Gonzague will give the number, and to have the biggest private foundation for entrepreneurs with 23 million. And what we claim with the Mouvement pour une économie bienveillante, what you call the movement for a kinder economy, is that when you give, when you create a business and you, from the very beginning, you give back, it's a driver, and your company goes better and is more productive.
So at this point, I want to ask Gonzague, what was your vision?
My vision is that sharing success is better for better success. I'm very, I raise a lot of money for Equistone since 20 years. So I've met a lot of US people who have the reflex of give back. But when they give back in their own business, in their own sector. So they are more intelligent to invest in their business, because with this give back, they understand the world in a better way. So my vision was, if we create, 5 years ago with Clara, a business where we could prove that when we give back 50% of this famous carried interest, we accelerate the progression of the company, we raise a lot of money, we invest a lot of money, we recruit, as Clara said, good people with good heart. So my feeling is that it was possible. The question was, I buy a scooter, a moto, and we have 102 meetings with CEO of big group. And we say always, we want to create a company with benevolence, with candor, we want to share our profit, so we want to help our country. Nobody asks for what return we can get if we invest with you. So with these 100 meetings, in fact, we have 57 shareholders, big group, big company. So if we come back now, we have less than 1 billion euros under management to invest in startups, in private equity, so development capital. In real estate, we have done 15 investments. We have done 3 investments in startups. So in 4 years, and all the private equity community in France, I know very well because I work in this community since 35 years, say you give back 50% of the carry. How can you recruit people? We receive 1 CV per week.
You're more.
So
maybe 1 a day.
Because a lot of people want to give sense to their job, and Raise now is a fantastic company with this foundation with 23 million euros. We receive more than 3,000 people, entrepreneurs. We receive more than 1,500 startups, and we help 200 startups with 4 programs. So that's a very success business with, in the middle of this business, the purpose is sharing success.
Clara, talking about, and I'm going to call it a movement for kinder economy, because I feel in English the word kind doesn't mean just a one-on-one transaction, but it means an attitude as such. How easy or difficult was it to, I mean, you talked there about the fact that you guys are already lucky in that you've got the keys to the door, in the sense that you know people in the business world. So you got a foot in as such. But was it still hard when you sat down with people and talked about the concept? I mean, were there people who still found resisting what you were talking about?
And it's interesting because, as you know, I'm also president of the Women's Forum, and when we started with Gonzague, we had a lot of advice. And if I give one advice, is that sometimes not to listen to the advice, because the advice you have is that, as Gonzague said, you can't recruit people, you won't be able to make deals. How can you do, because we do only minority investment, why don't you do LBOs and so on? So because when you change the paradigm of what you want to do, and the purpose is so different that the people are usually doing, the experts, they will always try to put you back in their baskets, in the things they know how to do the job. But what you see today is that the one who is succeeding is the one that don't know the way to do it and do it a complete other way. So,
which is not typically French, may I add?
I don't know what is typically French, you know, because we always say that French people are rational. No, they are not rational. They believe they are, but they are emotional. You see, they go in the street when they need something, and so on. So they are lovers. They are so we have to stop to say that this is not the French way and so on. We are lovers, and the thing that we have is that we are lovers, but we have also a lot of fears. So the day that we go out of our fears, we can be the best lovers of the world, and we can be the one who tries to really change the world. So thank you. Applause. I think it's right. Yeah. We are proud to be French. We are proud to be part of this country who is trying to make a new game. And yes, we have a lot of resistance. It's not what I'm saying. This country is complicated. We are sophisticated and complicated people. But to come back to your question, yes, we had a career behind us, so it was maybe more easy to go and knock the door and so on. But what you see also that what we have discovered doing that, it's because we were giving this 50%. Gonzague and me, we didn't have a strong knowledge about the young generation. Okay, we have a lot of kids, both of us, but so it gives us an experience.
9 kids.
I have 9 and he has 4, but he has 9 grandchildren, so he's on the right path to understand not the Z generation, but the E generation. But the reality is that thanks to this give back, we, as Gonzague said, we have met a lot of entrepreneurs, and we have learned so much about them, and we know about new technology and about the new way to do business better than any investment fund, because every day we meet 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 entrepreneurs. So it gives us something more than what the other professional in finance have. and it makes us more successful than they are, because people wants to, the company want to go to us because we can give not only the knowledge of big corporates, the knowledge of a medium-sized company, of venture company, but also of the young entrepreneurs.
Gonzague, so how do you, in fact, reconcile profit with generosity?
That's another good question, Annette. To be very honest, you know, when you look at the panel, the last panel, you have the capitalism, which is a huge word with a lot of money. It's not so much hand. And all the NGOs. And the NGOs live, all the association, foundation, NGOs live with the risk of not having money from the capitalism. It's a huge problem. You cannot, during your life, work during the week and give your money and help your NGOs during the weekend. So our vision is, if we continue with this such of capitalism, with the idea of accumulation of euros quick as possible, I think we have a major problem. So we feel that we have a political view that we want to change economy. We don't want to fight economy. We want to change economy. There is a lot of initiative. Everybody know Nature et Découverte? Everybody buy in Nature et Découverte some trees? No? Please do it this weekend. Thank you. Nature et Découverte, since the beginning, 20 years, gives 10% of their benefits automatically, 10% for a foundation for ecology. 10%. There is a lot of startups with the same approach. They want to share some turnover or some benefit or give some hours from the employees to help economy. So our vision is stop to opposite generosity and profitability. Our vision is try to make generosity in our idea of profitability. So that's why we create the Mouvement pour une économie bienveillante. www.mouvement-économique-bienveillante.com.
And you know, so we had with Annette the idea of how do you translate bienveillante? Because there is no word in English. And
there is one word, it's benevolence, but Annette say that that's a very old...
So it's an old-fashioned word, which would perhaps, for those of you who are native English speakers in the audience would agree with, it was something that you normally relate to Victorian England or in a Charles Dickens novel. But I know what you're trying to say, and you know, it's a way of making sure the sentiment gets across.
So you said the kinder economy, but what we really want is that, you know, entrepreneur is a French word, and now it's an international word. So why wouldn't put bienveillance an international word? But let's say kinder economy. What we try to do with this movement is to just say that very simple 3 principles. If you organize in your business or in your company, and even if you are an employee, push your company to do that. As Alexandre was saying, pushing to have a give back, where this give back is inside what you are able to know, what you are able to do. So you can not only give money, but you can also give time, and you can give your expertise. And third, the employees are on board. So and everyone feels better, because we are all built the same way. We want to succeed, and we want to share our success. And we can be, everyone, and you take a child of 5 years old, when he has learned to do something, the first thing he wants to do is to help another one to be able to do the same thing that he has done. Because sharing the success makes you proud of not only be successful, but the fact that other can take benefit of it. And this is the very simple economic principle of the MEB, the economy, the Mouvement pour une économie bienveillante. So if you believe in it, just sign it. What we want to do, Gonzague and me, and all the people who have signed it, because we have already 2,500 people who have signed it, is to go to Emmanuel Macron and say to him, at the next G7, push this way of doing generosity in your business model as a new driver for the economy. You know, 40 years ago, the people who were going on stage speaking about ecology were looking at as crazy people that would go against the business, that it was okay, it was good to save the planet, but it's nothing to do with business. Now you don't see any company has a driver, which is ecology, and sustainability is really at the heart of any way of you doing business. Generosity has to be the next one, but we won't wait 40 years. We think that in 3-4 years' time, all the companies should have and claim that they are putting generosity in the heart of their business model.
And a lot of companies do this like that. And to be very honest, when we create raise in an investment company, the private equity business, honestly, the generosity is not a main purpose in this business. Believe me, because I know very well. So give back 50%. It's for this private equity. Very, very curious. And we realize, in fact, in 4 years, 1 billion euros, which is not a fund, it's an evergreen company, which is a company which we don't have to reimburse all those shareholders. It's, believe me, incredible what you have done, Clara.
But
wonderful, incredible.
You mentioned there...
Incroyable. Incroyable.
So this is a debate between Gonzague and me, because he stops on the image and to see how all what we have accomplished, and and he say, okay, we have done that, and I'm always
looking forward.
Going forward, and what we want is that when we do this movement for an économie bienveillante, it's not about Gonzague and me, it's about you all in the room. It's just to say that no, you don't need to be wealthy, you don't need to be powerful, you don't need to be well known to act. Everyone can do that. So, and it starts from us. And as Jean-Philippe Courtois was saying, the change is in our heart. Do we be driven by our intelligence? Are we driven by our heart, or are we driven by our stomach? And I think we have to be driven by our stomach, because what really matters is life. And we have to be driven to accept, okay, we'll use our mind and our heart, but the reality is that we don't follow our stomach, and we don't follow what we really live for, what is really what wake up in the morning. We will think small, we will do with what we have in our hand, instead of taking the life and push it forward. So it's really what we do with this movement, is that to say that it's not about people here here on the floor, it's about you. It's about you. You all can do that, and you all can change the world in a very simple way.
And we need you.
And yeah.
On that note,
if you go on the website, what we can do is you can make a short movie of yourself, 1 minute with your cell phone. Just say what you're doing, because everyone, you can just share your experience and say why you have signed the Mouvement for une économie bienveillante. What we need is people from everywhere saying, yes, we believe this is the new economy.
On that note, we're going to leave it there. Please give these two people a round of applause.